Hi, dear students. So now we're going to do accounting paper 1 May June 2021, question number 9. The question asks which statement about a purchases ledger control account is not correct. So they're asking any statement from these four statements A, B, C, D regarding the purchases ledger control account is not correct. Now, what is purchases ledger control account? Technically, purchases ledger control account is none other than just a trade payables T account. That's it. It's just a trade payables T account. So it's a T account which details all the trade payables. The only difference between purchase ledger and a simple T account of trade payables is that purchases ledger is actually for all the suppliers. Purchases ledger control account is a total account for all the trade payables, and trade payables are actually known as purchase ledger. Now, a lot of students may get confused that purchases ledger means purchases account, but remember that purchases, we will understand that there are three different things. One is purchases account, we have purchases ledger, and we have purchases journal, and these three things are totally different. Purchases account has purchases in it, which is purchases, either cash purchases or credit purchases, which is just the purchases figure. And ledger is actually trade payables or accounts payable. Trade payables or accounts payables. And journal is actually credit purchases only. Credit purchases only. Credit purchases. So purchases account is actually a T account. Trade payable is also a T account, but journal is not a T account. It is just a table which has some information and like that. So we have to understand the difference between purchases account, purchases ledger, and purchases journal. So this is a purchases ledger control account, which is a trade payables account. So what will not be correct for this? Now, question is, it acts as a check on the balance of the purchases account. Okay, is that B is it includes transactions relating to all credit suppliers. C says it is prepared using information from the books of prime entry. D says it provides proof of arithmetical accuracy of the purchases ledger. Now, first option, which is it acts as a check on the balance of purchases account. Now, one thing you should understand, in purchase ledger, we only record credit purchases because trade payable arises because of credit purchases, not all purchases. However, purchases account has both cash purchases and credit purchases. So it cannot be, purchase ledger cannot be a check on the balance of purchases as a whole because it's just for credit purchases. Now, the words matter a lot. Remember, you must understand the question because understanding the question is half of the answer. So here it says purchase. So this is a red flag here. I can see that A has some discrepancy in there. We'll move on to B first. So A, I can shortlist this as a potential answer. B says it includes transactions relating to all the credit suppliers. Relating to all the credit suppliers. That can be true because credit suppliers means trade payables, and trade payables are all in the purchases ledger. So this can be the right, this is a correct statement. Hence, it is not an option because we are looking for not correct statement, not the correct statement. So C says it is prepared using information from the books of prime entry. Okay, what are the books of prime entry? If you have been following the videos, you will know that books of prime entry, there are seven: purchases journal, sales journal, purchases returns journal, sales returns journal, cash book, petty cash book, and general journal. So actually, when we fill up this purchases ledger, definitely we have to get information from the books of prime entry. Without that, we definitely cannot proceed to any ledger whatsoever. So that is a correct statement, which is not the answer because we are looking for not correct statement. Next says it. Next D, it provides proof of arithmetical accuracy of the purchases ledger. Okay, as I said earlier, purchase ledger control account is a total account for all the purchases ledgers of all the suppliers. That means all the trade payables out there in our company. When we total them up, we are actually trying to find the arithmetical accuracy, that if we total them up in the in the total ledger, and if we see them individually, are they the same or not? So that's the correct answer. I mean, that's the correct statement, which is not going to be our answer because we are looking for not correct statement, which leaves us with the A only, because A is relating to purchases account. And as we discussed, purchases is not just credit, but it's cash also. And purchases ledger control account has nothing to do with cash. It is only related to credit purchases. That is why the answer is supposed to be A. And hope it's a lot of information in this question that you need to understand first before you actually attempt this question. So I hope you have understood something, because something is better than nothing.